that I'd like to introduce my colleague, Councilman Jeff Johnson.
Let me say to Mayor Jackson that from a member of this community, I grew up in the shadow of this garden. For a long time, it was just a sign in the garden. It was an Afro-American sign that said Afro-American Garden. Those of you know how far back we used to drive by. I know, Leon, you from Glenville is well up the hill. So people need to understand, I think you do, the context of today. It is a hope realized. It was a hope of a community realized after so many starts and stops. And Mayor Jackson said that he was going to do it on his watch, and Mayor Jackson is fulfilling his promise to us, and his other promise is that it will continue and will be completed. So to Mayor Jackson, thank you. Okay, I only get a few minutes. So let me also acknowledge all of my colleagues. I think they did it generally. The Cleveland City Council, I just want to add that too. Those of you who are here, I went around and asked for my colleagues to give toward this garden, and they gave freely. We were able to raise in that quick around $50,000 to start putting toward this, and Cleveland City Council members out of their own allocation put in $50,000. Kevin's job is to keep it going. My acknowledgement is to Michael Polenzek, who's to my left, who represents parts of Glenville as well. I want to acknowledge Michael Polenzek. But let me say on behalf, my part of the community, it is important that we put something up here, and I had these discussions during those meetings. You guys don't know how many meetings there were, Carl, remember? How many meetings there were that said, how should this look, is what was brought to us by Mr. Biggerstaff. Does that speak to what we need? Of course, when you have a large group of people, everyone has their opinion. Should we put a statue of such and such here, a statue? And Mr. Biggerstaff was smart enough to know you don't pick one individual to put here when it comes to our history, that you really speak about the breadth and depth of what we've been through. And he did it such a way that we all agreed, and I want to thank his talent for that. And I want to thank the committee who struggled through it, our arguments and all of that, what we got through. There was arguments, and we made it through. And I no longer am the councilman of this land. I stop of this piece of land. I stop at the bridge over there, but Kevin has taken up the trophy, and I'm still going to be arguing with Kevin about this. So let me wrap up and say, I just want to make sure that you know that this community has to grab this, adopt it, and protect it. There are many of you who will leave here today. It really is about those who come from outside of Glenville, but also about Glenville taking care of it. So it's not vandalized, that it is respected, that it is used. We did not want a museum item here. We wanted to be interactive. We wanted to use it. And we wanted not just African Americans to use it, but anyone else. We want people to be able to think of it as a point where they want to do things special in their life. I live down the street from Italian Gardens. I know when you pick a garden that is people want to be in, how much it's used. And I also want to say we are now adding to what is so special in this area. In this area we have Gandhi, we have Mother Teresa, we have the immigrant mother down the street, we have Dante up on the hill. And now we're going to bring in the African American experience from Africa to here in America. So I just want to say to everyone, I am delighted that we're finally adding to this very special thing.